I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my click. I need a 30 for 30. All right, America, it is post All-Star break. Shit is getting real in the NBA. So my brother Tim G. Jacob is about to bring to y'all. I'll put it on some NBA power rankings. T, what you got for the people?
First of all, I would like to say that I am a Chicago Bulls fan. That my brothers on this show take me to task about my fandom of my Chicago Bulls. I'd like to give a shout out right quick to Zach LaVine and Laurie Markkinen and Kobe White, North Carolina Tar Heel.
Tar Heel.
I'm with that.
All right. So just wanted to put that out there for all of those so I could just add context to this. So top 10, right? My brother hit me on the jack, said, hey man, you know, we're gonna do this NBA power ranking thing. So I had to come up with a little criteria. So what I wanted to do was look at just body of work last month or so, roughly. And narrowed it down. I took just about everybody out the West. I ain't even gonna lie. Because that's like everybody out the West got better records than dang everybody in the East. Then I took 5 teams from the East: Boston, Miami, Milwaukee, Philly, Brooklyn. And I chopped it down. San Antonio and Dallas wasn't going to stay for me. Even though I do respect what Pop is doing. I always respect what Pop is doing with that team. And, I mean, they just don't have a superstar. But he's always got those guys ready to play ball. So, here's my top 10. First, at 10, I'm going to put him at 10, even though I wanted to put him up there a little bit more, but I'm waiting on them boys to come back. That's Portland. Portland at 10, I think is respectable because Dame has done really good things without 2 very key guys. No Nurkic, no McCollum. And he has steadily brought his team through. He's gotten great support from guys like Covington, Derrick Jones Jr., Enes Kanter has been a dog down there on the glass, and we cannot forget Carmelo Anthony. Bucket should still be in the league. Should never lost that time he lost. That they need to like pay him. They need to give him more money that he lost. The money he lost, they should pay him that money.
He deserves another stimulus.
He deserves a true stimulus for real. So I got Portland at 10. Based upon they had some good wins against the Warriors, the Sixers. They beat the Sixers one game. They've been in their last I think they've been like 8-2 or 4 or something like that. No, they've been struggling. They've been struggling here lately. I'm sorry. They've been kind of struggling here lately. But I think 10 is respectable. I'm gonna move on. Denver at 9. Denver at 9 because
Nuggets, T.
Because of the fact that they do win really good games. Like they beat the Lakers. They beat the Bucks. They beat the Wizards, but they've lost. I mean, I'm sorry, not the Wizards, the Grizz, but they've lost to the Wizards twice. I told y'all earlier, some of this stuff kind of centers around the Wizards. And this is one I can't let them make it for it. I mean, you lose to the Wizards twice. It's like, what are y'all doing? Like, I mean, what you doing?
You gotta say it like that, though, T.
I mean, like I said, I told you Wizards are an 8 seed. I've been saying that they're gonna be an 8 seed. That's my prediction. I gave you that early on.
You did,
but Denver's kind of shaky to me in terms of it's like they take nights off. And has anybody found Jamal Murray yet? Has anybody seen that mother Jamal Murray?
Now Paul Pierce, I think it was Paul, had a hot take in terms of they might have to move Jamal to keep Jokic happy.
Just saying, man.
And when he said it on the jump, folks kind of like, what the fuck you talking? But he stood by it.
You can't find him right now. I can't find him. Moving on, number 8, Clippers. They've been 4-6 in their last 10. They lost to the Pelicans last night. They've lost to the Wizards. Again, I say these things center around the Wizards. They lost to the Celtics. Now, they split with the Jazz. They split with Memphis here over the last stretch of the month. But the Clippers have not been just that team. They look great in stretches. George looks great. Leonard looks great, but that total dominance every night that I've been waiting to see from them has not shown up. And it's like it's something, I don't know if they got enough to really challenge in the West compared to the other.
I know you don't fuck with them, but I'm gonna throw this at you just to see what you're gonna say.
Okay.
Skip Bayless said it's because of who the little point guard that played the defense and all that kind of shit.
Beverly?
Patrick Beverly. He said he gave a stat saying they won game under 500 when they don't have Patrick Beverly, and they a whole lot of games over 500 with him. So he's saying that that's the key. Is Pat Bev, because he's the energy, he's the driver of their team, he's the attitude of their team, especially defensively, emotionally. What say you, T?
So we saying he's the diminutive Draymond is what we saying. Is that what we saying? But just far less stats.
I guess so. I guess that's what it sounds like he's going for.
What's hilarious about that take is the fact that Skip Bayless was the one cheerleading for them to get a point guard.
That's correct.
He wanted them to get Rondo.
Correct.
So which one is it, sir?
That's right.
Cap.
That's true.
Cap.
Touche.
So I'm gonna move on off of that. 7, I got Milwaukee. Their only key win has been over the Clippers on that Sunday matinee game. The Bucks just ain't the Bucks. They ain't really defending like they usually defend. They got blasted by the Nuggets a while back. The Bucks just ain't the Bucks. They're still good. I don't know if they're gonna make these conference finals. I really don't think they will, unless Giannis just really gets in his bag. But the Bucks just ain't the Bucks right now. I mean, I put them over these other teams because they were 8-2. I think they won their last 4 or 5. They're 8-2 in their last 10. So they've been winning. They beat the people that own their schedule.
Giannis had 3 triple dubs the last 3 games.
And Giannis has been growing. I mean, they were talking about him making the adjustments with his game in terms of driving and not drawing as many charges, having as many charges against him and stuff like that. So he's growing in terms of taking what the defense gives him and then creating from that if he has to, or, doing his thing with the Euro and just getting around and making scores, making buckets. So, but I got Milwaukee at 7. At 6, I got the Lakers.
What?
The Lakers at 6. See, that's why I knew. That's why I knew. I knew the people were gonna be hot with me. That's what I wanted.
Wait a minute. He said
you're
going off the last month.
I'm going off the last month.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Off the last month.
That's actually
I'm going off the last month. They lost to the Heat. They lost to the Nuggets. They lost to the Suns. They lost to the Jazz. I'm just saying.
That's actually a compliment.
Yeah.
Based off the last month.
See, no. I'll tell you why Joe is cool with that, because he is only renting space in the Staples Center along with his boy LeBron Raymond James Sr. That's why he cool with that. Me, on the other hand, I pay for my seats there, and God damn it, six.
At 6, man. I mean, listen, y'all struggle with the Thunder twice. You struggle with the Thunder twice.
Shai Gilgeous
and the Pistons.
Okay, there you go.
The ghost of Chauncey Billups.
Now y'all handled Portland. Y'all handled Golden State.
They let me make Chauncey Billups.
The ghost of Chauncey Billups. Okay. All right.
I thought I got away with that.
I got the Lake Show at 6 right now until AD gets back. Maybe they'll get this thing going. Maybe they'll get this thing right. Get the wheels going before the playoffs. And I'm sure the Lakers are being very, very cautious with Davis. They're doing everything just to stay in the dance, get in the dance, and then
talking about 3 more weeks or something, man.
KD situation scares him.
Well, I mean, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. I mean, you got to treat that with kid gloves. I mean, you really do. So, but look at that 6, 5. Miami Heat. 9-1 in their last 10.
They've been hooping.
They've been rolling. All right. They beat the Lakers. They did lose to the Clippers and the Warriors. But all in all, though, they got all their pieces back. The whole team's there. None has been a pleasant surprise because none struggled. He was in the doghouse in the bubble, as we remember. None has stepped up. Olynyk has stepped up. Haven't seen Duncan Robinson in a while. Harrow has been kind of hit or miss. But when you still got James Butler, hey, you got a shot just about any night. So I got them at 5, man.
I fuck with that boy.
I got them at 5. At 4. Y'all might say something to me about this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I got Utah. Got Utah at 4. Don't like what they've been doing here lately. Now, y'all got the streak about a month or two ago, about 2 months ago. Y'all got that streak. All right, and I get it. They are 26-10. They just got their 10th loss last night. I get it. I get all that. But Utah has lost to the Sixers, the Warriors, the Pelicans, the Clippers, and the Heat. And here's why I'm going to put them at 4 is because they should win one of those games. They need to make a statement. You got to make a statement. You got to beat the Sixers. You definitely can't be losing to the Pelicans. And you definitely need to beat the Clippers. I mean, you got to beat these teams, and you got to beat them resoundingly, in my opinion. That's just me.
Putting the Clippers in there too?
Huh?
You putting the Clippers in there like they supposed to just win that one?
I mean, really, they should. I think they should. With the size they have and the way I think, to me, collectively, they are better than what the Clippers put on the floor. I know they got George and Leonard, but collectively, Gobert, who can stop him underneath? Like, who can truly stop Gobert underneath? He's a rim stopper, and he's a rebounder.
Ibaka? Yeah,
okay. If you can find him getting out from underneath Kerry Hilson, yeah, maybe. But that's neither here nor there. All right, at 3. Joe, I got Philly. I got Philly at 3. I got Philly at 3. Man. Y'all lost to Cleveland, man. Y'all lost to Toronto, man. Y'all lost to the Jazz. Y'all lost to Portland.
Wait, now, hold on. When you said within the last month.
Last month.
Did Embiid's injury play a role in this?
No. None at all.
What about them being out for the COVID thing? Because I know when they came back, they didn't play.
I thought Embiid did go ahead and play, but Simmons didn't. I thought Embiid played the very first
game.
game.
that is what it was.
But Simmons
You're
didn't.
right.
But I got Philly. I got Philly at 3. I think they are they have nights where I think they take games off. Or they try to like turn it up at the end or do something like that. And I mean, to me, they need to be, of the teams in the East, they are the team that we have been waiting on to take the East over.
True.
We've been waiting.
I stopped
waiting on Embiid. We've been waiting on Simmons. Doc is there now. We're looking for things from Doc. Doc's got him in a good place. Don't get me wrong. He's got him in a good place. But over the last month, number 2, I got Phoenix. I really like what Phoenix is doing. They beaten Portland, they beaten the Bucks, they beaten the Lakers, they beaten the Sixers. Now they did lose to the Hornets, but that was a LaMelo coming out. I mean, that was a game where it was kind of one of them games where they kind of Hornets wanted to prove something on that one. You caught the Suns slipping. Probably worst loss on this list is to the Pacers, but they did lose to the Nets. But Phoenix at 2, man. I mean, they're just playing so well to me. They're getting it from everybody. They getting points from everybody. They got a lot of guys that can get you double digits. They just playing well, man. Monty Williams, I think he ought to be coach of the year right now. I'm gonna put it on something.
I mean, you got to
Monty Williams should be coach of the year. He supposedly washed up. The rest of the guys are just pieces, parts from everywhere else. I don't see why they shouldn't be coach of the year. And then at 1, I got Brooklyn. I got Brooklyn at 1. I know you don't,
but I agree.
Okay. I got Brooklyn at 1. I mean, they have been very impressive without having all three of them at one given time.
Mhm.
And Harden has done great things. I'll give him his credit. Harden has done great things. Now I'm still waiting on playoff Harden. Regular season Harden, I done seen this movie. So y'all ain't finna just say, well, man, you said this about Harden, said that. Yes, I did, and I still stand by that until he
Thank
does it in
you,
the playoffs. So we done with that. So, but the Nets have been the most impressive. They've gotten some really great things. I think the thing that I don't like, and I know that's what sports media is gonna do. Sports media is gonna say, well, it's all Kyrie and Kevin and James. But when you got guys like Bruce Brown, Joe Harris, Jeff Green, and those guys have been key to me. Despite, look, hey, yo, Steve Nash walks in the locker room and says, hey, man, we don't know what Kyrie at tonight, but he's somewhere. Y'all ready? Jeff Green come out and do what he do. Joe Harris come out and do what he do. They even gotten some great play from this kid named Nicholas Claxton. I ain't never heard of him. Don't quite know where he's from, but he's coming out doing things. Now they just signed Blake Griffin. And again, we get another month or so to kind of see what that looks like, because I don't know how that's going to look, because Blake can be a kind of a space eater. So that's going to be interesting. But I'm going to give it to Brooklyn, man. I mean, their worst loss was to Dallas, and that was a game where I think it was just James. And then the only other notable losses to the Sixers. I mean, come on. They've been hot, man.
I don't have no issue with that. I got a question for you, though.
Okay.
What do you think really going on with KD and his injury?
I think it's up here more than it is anything else. I think it's up here. I think psychologically, I think KD knows that he can walk on the floor and he's a walking 25 a night, a walking 30. He's a walking 30. He knows that. But I think that injury he had in Golden State, I think that plays into his psyche a little bit.
So you think he's being a little too overly cautious about the hamstring?
I think he is. I think he's gonna be just overly cautious about any injury, because I think he knows. See, he's kind of like a dual-minded kind of guy to me. I think he knows for a fact that he can go get 30 whenever, but then he also, I don't think he quite trusts his body, because he's had some serious injuries. I mean, he's had an Achilles, he had the Lisfranc injury. I mean, he's had some serious injuries. Like they didn't think he would play ball after the Lisfranc. They were trying to figure out if that was going to work. So he's been very, very fortunate to have overcome those injuries and still playing at such a high level. So I can understand why he kind of is not like, hey, I got to be out here for my guys, because, I mean, he's protecting his own investment. So,
right.
So I get it.
All right, America, that was our Put It On Some NBA Power Rankings for this week, but brought to you by my brother Tim G. Jacob. Now, if y'all disagree, if you agree, chime in and let us know. Go over to Facebook and talk to us. Go over to Instagram and talk to us, you know what I'm talking about, and let us know how you feel. And if you disagree, make sure you tell us what your rankings would look like. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com, and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.